this, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They say you switch it, you won't get it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on
All right, Coach, we have a perfect day for football, and the roof is open, in fact, here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
I love everything about Andrew Luck's game, but I also love his worldliness. Some of his formative years were spent growing up outside of the United States. I think that's helped him when he came back because now he's seen the world. And I think that helped him mature a little bit as well.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second and 1, Luck. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Cousins, and this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Jags, 18 yards, first down. Cousins on first down. Completes it to Aguilar. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Luck, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Luck. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Luck. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
He's checking.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Julian Edelman. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to get it at the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Luck, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Jones on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
3rd and long, it's Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. He'll try and run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. 1st down. Here's Cousins. It's caught by Aguilar. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now this throw caught left side. There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. A quick pass out to Aguilar. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A throw over the middle, taken in, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Cousins, his pass caught at the 4. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Mike Williams in the final seconds of the first half as they are able to cut into that lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. The final shot before the break. Lock. It's caught. Cooper. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Cousins. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Eckler, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play fake. Cousins. And that's Elliott, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Cousins. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Elliott looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run here with Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. Off of play action, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back now in Indianapolis. On 2nd and 9. Cousins. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a 1st, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. He finds Yeldon. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Cousins on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins again. Jones has it. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. To the air again, it's Cousins. This complete left side to Aguilar. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Hooper, 30 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
27 yards on the game there. Throwing his Locke. He's got the connection to Cooper. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Once more, here's Eckler. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. First down, here's Cousins. This complete to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins now to throw on first down. That one complete to Yeldon. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. That one complete to Elliott. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ezekiel Elliott, 27 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. And now it's blocked. The Colts have it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. It's Eckler again. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Luck. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they stay.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 6, 80 seconds remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Cousins. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now it's the Colts' turn, trailing by a point. A little under 40 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. From the 50, it's Love. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Wow, incredible.
Miss.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now Love. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Damiere Byrd with time running out. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers,